Okay, so let's get started. Before we talk about a little bit more details, I want to show you this video. Put the volume up.
Mayor West, if re-elected, would you increase the frequency of garbage pickup?
Well, citizen, that's an excellent question, and I thank you for it. I think it's great we live in a town where you can ask questions, because without questions, we just have answers. And an answer without a question is a statement.
Oh, I like him. He looks me in the eye.
I'd like to have a beer with him. I'm voting for him.
I don't understand these people. He didn't even say anything and they're eating it up.
Lois, undecided voters are the biggest idiots on the planet. Try giving short, simple answers.
Sir, your question, please?
Mrs. Griffin, what do you plan to do about crime in our city?
A lot. Because that's what Jesus wants. 9/11 was bad.
I agree with that.
God, I can't believe how easy this is.
Mrs. Griffin, what are your plans for cleaning up our environment?
9/11.
Okay. So as you can see from that video, people were asking questions, and typically when someone asks a question, what you expect is a response that addresses the question. The responses that we heard from those candidates, though, had nothing to do with the questions that were being asked, yet people really loved what they had to say, and seemed to sort of buy into the message. This is obviously an exaggeration of what happens in political debates, but I will be posting some videos that are not so different from this sort of comical version of a political debate. Um, and we'll, once we go through some more logical fallacies, we'll be able to identify often what political candidates do in order to avoid answering the question or making some sort of logical answer that makes sense, and just saying something that caters to people's feelings and gets them to just like them. So, okay, so that was the video. What is a logical fallacy? A logical fallacy is the use of faulty reasoning in making an argument. A fallacious argument may be deceptive by appearing to be better than it really is. So basically, it seems like you're making an argument, but you're actually not, because you're not giving a reason that has to do with your conclusion. The premise is not related to the conclusion or doesn't support it. Remember, in an argument, you have the premise and the conclusion, and you have an inferential relationship. In a fallacy, you may have some reasons, like in this political ad, the 9/11, or this is what Jesus would want, or something, but has nothing to do with the question that was being asked, nothing to do with the conclusion. So it may appear to be a good argument, but it's actually not. There's faulty reasoning. Some are committed intentionally to manipulate or persuade by deception, as was the case in the video you just watched. And other times it's just unintentional due to carelessness and ignorance. And you'll see as we go through these that you yourself, or I, may engage in these without noticing because we're careless. Hopefully by the end of this, you won't do it out of ignorance, because you'll be more familiar with these fallacies and you won't do it on purpose. Or you can intentionally try to avoid doing them. So that's what fallacies are. The question I would like you to think about is, why should we care about logical fallacies? And that's the homework assignment I'm having you do, is just a quick response and tell me, why do you think it's important that we study these logical fallacies? How can it be of benefit to us? So answer this homework, and then the next video I will come out with will be going over some of the actual fallacies. There are 4 different groups of fallacies, and I'll make a video for each of those groups and a short assignment attached to each one. All right. Take care, and I will post another video soon. Thank you. And as usual, if you have any questions or concerns, you can just email me. Okay. Thanks.